August 24th. Can't believe it. Back to Dance Party Friday after a couple weeks off. Who's joining me here first? Tom, welcome. You're the winner. Yes! Awesome. I'm so happy to see you guys. All right. I have a little lesson from Africa. I have brought you across the pond to Dance Party Friday here this morning. All right, the question is, are you the real you? Are you showing up as the real you? The most authentic version of who you are and who you were supposed to be in this lifetime, what you were put on this earth for? Or are you some environmentally modified version of yourself for survival, for comfort, for convenience, out of fear, whatever? And I'm going to get to the African analogy here in a minute, but I want you to imagine a scale of 1 to 10, and 0 is exactly where you're supposed to be. It is your authentic, like at your core, exactly who you are with your gifts and your life's purpose and all that. That's a 0. Imagine a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the furthest away from that you could possibly be. I mean, a virtual shadow of yourself, really. Where are you on that scale, if you're being honest? And at first you might say, well, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good to myself. I'm pretty real. I try to be really real. I mean, take a second and say, have you changed who you are because of your spouse? Have you changed who you are because of your parents? Have you changed who you are because of your kids? And all of those pressures and influences. So go back there and think about that. So somebody asked me yesterday, actually, what was the biggest lesson I got in Africa, or the coolest thing? And it was an easy answer. And here's what I said. The overarching lesson that I learned from spending 2 weeks in one of the coolest places on earth is, nature is amazing. Nature is amazing. So our guides were so knowledgeable and just gave us way more than a tour around the national park. They really educated us through the entire process. And one of the things I learned was with regards to the elephants, which are I could almost cry. They're so effing amazing. So I don't know if you know this, but at one point years ago, there was a very small percentage of elephants that were tuskless. Very small, 2-3%. Over time, due to poaching, there have been more tuskless elephants. The reason is because, I guess, as the bull grows and the tusks get bigger, the poachers obviously want to target the bigger tusks. And so they kill these big, beautiful bulls during their best breeding time. And those are the elephants that, keep the typical elephant that you know of with the tusks breeding and evolving. But over time, if you kill off the elephants with the big tusks, then naturally, through the evolution of that process, you begin to have these tuskless elephants. And now there is a much bigger percentage of elephants that don't have tusks. And you say, all right, so what's the big deal with that? So tusks are very important to elephants. They're really their teeth. And they allow them to pry bark and dig for roots and water, and they allow them to fight and defend themselves. And so we were seeing this tuskless elephants, males and females, and we asked about it because they were all really skinny. And the guide explained that while they have morphed out their tusks for survival purposes, now they have trouble getting enough nutrients and all the things they need to survive. So at what cost? They've done this cool sort of survival morphing, but at what cost? Several of them are really, really skinny. You could see their ribs and you could see their backbone. And so they've become unauthentically them in the name of survival. However, many of them die because they cannot survive without their tusks. Super interesting. And I'm completely not giving the story sort of its due power, but I think you get my point. So let me ask you this. You know that rush you feel during like true joy and true love and true pride and trust and fulfillment? That joy that you feel is a rush of dopamine. It's a chemical reaction that we have, that our body is incentivizing us to do more of the same. And it's what it feels like when you're really living your life. You know what that feels like, that rush, like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You get dopamine rush, and it literally is your body saying, do more of this. This is what you're supposed to do. So think about the young gifted child, the young boy who loves dance, loves all kind of dance, tap, ballet, everything. But his environment does not allow him to thrive there. The parents don't want him to be bullied, and they don't encourage him to do that. The kids make fun of him at school, so everything pulls him away from his natural gift, and he no longer dances ever again, when he could have been one of the most fulfilled humans and amazing dancers ever. Think about your spouse that discourages you from pursuing your dream for any number of reasons, as legitimate as they may seem. Think about what your kids do to pull you away from what you wish you could be doing or what you know you should be doing with your life, but all kinds of excuses why that can't happen. I ask, are we sort of breeding out that encouragement for us to live our authentic life? Over time, if you're not giving that example to your kids and your friends and your family and the people you influence, if we're not living like that, will that eventually just disappear, where we all just live in our excuses and do what we know we need to do instead of what we should be doing? That's it. Did I go a little too deep there? I might have. Hello, Peter. What's up, Regina? How are you guys? It was such a great lesson. There were lots of different versions of that analogy, from trees to elephants to other animals. It's, everything in nature has a purpose, including you, including me. And if we stop living that purpose, eventually, what do we have? We got nothing. We got nothing. Right, Kevin? My gosh, you guys need to follow Kevin Hoover. Go to Kevin Hoover, Hoover. He's a coaching friend of mine, and he's awesome. Sorry, got a phone call. I don't know what that was. All right, let's dance. Back at it. Hey, if you remember, Facebook has shut me down on a long dance party. I can only do 30 seconds of a song, so we got to get after it right away. And in thinking about kind of the theme today, I don't want you to just like your life. I want you to love your life. I want you to do exactly what you know you're supposed to be doing in this life. There's only one. It ain't a dress rehearsal. Let's get after it. So we're going to play I Don't Like It, I Love It with a little Flo Rida and Robin Thicke. I love this song so much.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good.
Come on, dance with me. I only have a short little bit of time.
I gotta have it. Uh-oh.
Let's do it. Come on, Kevin.
I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No, I love it.
Okay, can you believe it? That's all. That's it. I think you should write Mark Zuckerberg and say, no, this is not happening. It's not long enough dancing. I hope that gets you fired up, though. All right, go be who you're supposed to be. Go do your thing. Do your thing, please. Every day, Chris Gray, what is up? You get the shout out. And Mike Birch, hey, rock star, what's going on? I'm sure you're selling like 100 things today. All right, guys, take care. And good to catch back up with you. See you next time. And as always, if you want to talk about this and how you can get back to what you know you're supposed to be doing, call me, all right? I'm here to help. See ya.